buzzing sound of clippers echoed through the quiet room, cutting through the air sharper than any blade. On the chair sat Alina, her long black hair cascading like a river of silk, ready to be chopped away forever. Beside her, tears welled up in the eyes of Mrs. Qureshi, the proud yet gentle mother of the city's youngest millionaire Hamza. She clasped her hands together, begging, her voice trembling with desperation. "Please, Beta, don't do this. Don't cut your hair. My son loves it. He loves you with it." But Alina's hand did not waver. She gripped the scissors tightly, her resolve as fierce as the storm inside her heart. And just then, Hamza, the millionaire himself, stormed through the door. His face turned pale, his breath caught in his chest, and what he saw left him frozen in shock. Before we dive deeper into this emotional journey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Exposed Tales, your home for heartfelt, dramatic, and inspiring life stories. Hamza Qureshi was no ordinary young man. At just 28, he had built an empire in the tech industry, becoming one of the youngest millionaires in Karachi. His sharp mind, discipline, and hunger for success had lifted him from humble beginnings to the top floors of luxury mansions. But all the money in the world couldn't fill the quiet emptiness of his heart. Until Alina came along. She wasn't rich, nor did she belong to the glamorous circles Hamza was expected to marry into. Alina was a simple, hard-working salon artist who found joy in helping women feel beautiful. Their worlds collided when Hamza's mother, Mrs. Qureshi, had gone for a casual hair appointment at the very salon where Alina worked. One small conversation led to another, and soon Hamza and Alina were inseparable. Alina's laughter, her honesty, her refusal to be dazzled by wealth, these were things Hamza had never known in anyone else. He fell in love deeply, madly, almost recklessly. But there was a storm brewing. Alina's hair was her crown. Long, silky, dark strands that seemed almost magical. Strangers praised it, women envied it, and Hamza adored it. "It's like you're wrapped in poetry," he once whispered as he tucked a strand behind her ear. But Alina's life wasn't all charm and compliments. Every day she faced clients who measured beauty by hair length, skin color, and wealth. She saw broken women who thought they were nothing without looks, and she began to feel caged by her own hair. One evening, after another long day at the salon, she looked into the mirror. "Am I more than this?" she whispered. That's when the decision struck her, radical, bold, terrifying. She would cut her hair short, to prove to herself, to the world, that beauty isn't tied to appearance, and love isn't tied to a crown of strands. But when Hamza's mother found out, she panicked. Mrs. Qureshi loved Alina, but she also knew her son's heart. Hamza had grown up seeing his father abandon the family for a woman who looked better. Since then, Hamza had clung to appearances, terrified of losing love the way his mother had. When Alina sat with the scissors in her hand, Mrs. Qureshi fell to her knees. "Beta, don't do this," she pleaded, her voice breaking. "You don't know my son's wounds. His world will crumble if you do. Please, listen to me." But Alina shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "Auntie, I love Hamza, but if he only loves me because of my hair, then what kind of love is that? I can't live like a doll." The scissors inched closer. The room filled with unbearable tension, and that's when Hamza walked in. He stood frozen in the doorway. His eyes darted from his mother's trembling hands to Alina's determined gaze, and finally to the shimmering hair about to fall. "Alina, stop," his voice cracked. The scissors slipped slightly, cutting a lock that fluttered to the floor. Hamza's breath hitched as if something inside him had shattered. He rushed forward, grabbing her hands, his eyes wide with fear. Why would you do this? Don't you know what you mean to me? Don't you know what this means?" Alina's voice trembled, but her resolve remained. "Hamza, I am not my hair. I am not an ornament for your world. If you love me, it has to be for me, not for what the world praises." His mother wept silently in the corner, afraid of what her son might say. For days, silence filled the mansion. Hamza withdrew into himself, haunted by memories of his father's betrayal and by Alina's words. His fear told him he would lose her. His pride told him he had been wronged. But his heart whispered the truth, that Alina's strength was what he had fallen in love with in the first place. The challenge wasn't Alina cutting her hair. The real challenge was Hamza cutting away his fears, his ego, and the shackles of his past. One evening, Hamza walked into Alina's salon. Dozens of women stared as the city's millionaire sat down in the chair. "Cut it," he said firmly. "Cut what?" Alina asked, stunned. "My hair." Shave it if you want. I need to learn what you're teaching me." The clippers buzzed, and one by one, his carefully styled strands fell to the ground. Gasps filled the room, but Hamza's eyes never left Alina's. When it was over, he took her hands in his voice steady. "You're right. I don't love you for your hair. I love you because you're the only person brave enough to challenge me, to remind me that love is about souls, not appearances. If you cut yours or grow it or lose it, I will still love you." Tears streamed down Alina's cheeks, and even Mrs. Qureshi, standing behind them, smiled through her own tears. Hamza and Alina grew stronger after that day. Their relationship was no longer about appearances but about shared values, resilience, and trust. Mrs. Qureshi, relieved, realized her son had finally conquered the shadow of his father's betrayal. The love story of the millionaire and the salon artist spread like wildfire, inspiring others to embrace authenticity over superficiality. And so what began as a moment of fear turned into a lesson that changed lives. True love isn't tied to how you look. It's tied to who you are. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Exposed Tales for more powerful stories that inspire, heal, and move you.